flying around like this. It's money quiz time.
I
know. Yes. Brad Huffman is with us, certified financial planner for future finances. And this is a very sad quiz. This makes me sad. Well, you know what I mean? Just from the standpoint of that's kind of where we're leaning now.
Yeah.
We have to ask Grandma and Grandpa to help with some college costs.
Well, I think the unfortunate thing is it's just gotten so darn expensive. So, you know, supporting the kids is one thing, but getting them to go to school is a whole other thing altogether.
Right.
And in many cases, when grandparents or, you know, our parents were in school, it wasn't the cost it is today. I mean, it really has exploded. So we're in a situation where if the resources are there and you can do it, you know, it's great if they can.
It's like buying a house. I mean, even in-state tuition, I panic thinking about this and the three kids.
Right.
There's no question. Well, we actually asked, as we get into our quiz on Facebook, people, question number one that you're going to ask us, and the question was, is there a tax break involved?
Right, for grandparents.
You know,
we should talk about how we're doing this too. We're saying we're doing a trick or treat more or less, because you're very creative. So our tricks are false.
Correct.
Our treats will be true, obviously.
Correct.
And we'll see if people on Facebook have the same response we come up with.
Yeah, and overwhelmingly when we asked people that, they said treat.
Okay, well let's
It's a treat. So, first question is
actually it's a trick. Grandparents don't have the ability to take deduction if they're paying for the kid's education, because the parents or whoever claims them as a dependent is the only individual that can actually take that deduction. So it's great if Grandpa and Grandma can do it, but they're not going to get an immediate tax benefit from doing that. There's just no, you know, they can't do that unless they claim them as a dependent.
I was going to say, under one roof? Does that change it?
Only if they claim them as a dependent on their tax return.
Well, they better work something out with
so even if you're in a multi-generational household, they can't take the deduction unless they're specifically outlined on their tax return.
So that really is something that a lot of people did not know, clearly from our Facebook response. No
It's important. A lot of people have that misconception that there's some value in it. It is valuable, but not from a tax perspective.
Okay. Give us a run of your other questions.
Yes. Okay, so the second one. Grandparents are permitted to open a 529 for a grandchild. Trick or treat?
Grandparents are permitted. That definitely is, I think. Hold on, I've got too much in my hands.
Well, we have trick and treat. What are you trying to do? You're trying to play both sides. I know what you're talking about, though. It is a treat. Absolutely. And it's not just grandparents. Aunts, uncles, neighbors, literally anybody could open a 529. And in fact, I would go out and beg. I'd beg people to open them for your kids any day. So that is a valuable tool grandparents have available. It's wonderful to have that. Next question. Grandparents are allowed to go over the yearly limit. Basically, when you do a 529 and you're a non-parent, you're restricted to the gift tax guidelines because it's a gift to that individual. That annual limit's $13,000. Are grandparents allowed to go over that $13,000 limit? Yes, trick or treat?
I will say, gosh, I really don't know. I'll say treat.
I say trick.
It is a treat. Actually, there is a provision that will allow you to essentially accelerate that contribution. So one grandparent could do up to $65,000 in 1 year. Excuse me, in 1 year.
Wow.
And they're simply spreading that gift over a 5-year period. Now, there's a special form that you have to file, but if you've got a lot of money sitting around and you really want to help out Junior, this is a spectacular way to do that. A lot of cash all at once, and gosh, they're going to need it.
That's really interesting. So no tax break, but there are ways to do it.
There are ways to do it, yes, absolutely. Next question. Grandparents may give an unlimited amount tax-free to a grandchild as long as that money is used to pay for college expenses.
I will say, I might be wrong about this, but I want to say trick just because when I hear unlimited.
Yeah, it's a trick. Yeah, now for the most part, there's no...
Sean, your kids better not have kids because if you're paying for this, you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble.
The good thing is there's no income tax.
With monkeys.
Oh, well, maybe they could pick a school. Or at least teach them the skills they need to survive. One of the two is fine. This is a little bit of a trick. No income tax implications, but again, it's limited to the gift tax thing. So if you're going to give a huge chunk of money, you're not necessarily going to have a tax implication, but you do have to make sure that you're filing the appropriate form. So it's not just a freebie. There is some work you got to do along with that.
So last question.
So last question. It is permissible for a grandparent to pay tuition directly to the school without it being considered a gift for tax purposes.
I will say treat.
I have treat.
It is a treat, absolutely. Not only can grandparents, but almost anybody can choose to pay any amount to the school directly without it being considered a gift. There's no tax implications for either the recipient, the beneficiary, or the grandparent. It's a spectacular way if you really want to help the grandkids and they're in school now. Maybe the 529 doesn't help you because they're already in school. Pay the school directly. Now, one of the other things that you may want to consider, and I suggest for a lot of my clients, is gift to the parents,
right.
have the parents pay the tuition. They can then take advantage of the tax deductions. So that, in my opinion, is the best way to do it, because you can help out, get and leverage the tax code, pay for school, get some benefits. It's a win-win for everybody.
Brad, I have learned so much today. I hope my dad's listening.
I've learned I got to go back to school.
Call him afterwards. Hey, Dad, by the way.
Let's see what we did scoreboard-wise, although I think I know. Yeah, that was not pretty.
Gosh.
That hurt.
I am smart when it comes to money.
You is.
We're going to give you the answers next time. That way we don't make it...
Okay, the sad thing is I brought you some treats for the treats, but you didn't do very well, so I have to give them to Brad.
That's fine.
Thank you.
You can toilet paper my house instead.
Okay. I've got the eggs ready, so we're good to go.
Excellent.
Thanks,
Brad. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Coming up on Good Day Columbus.